Ascension level 4 has been so different compared to Ascension level 3. Because when I started Ascension level 3, I went back to back to back times to Act 3. We lost, but at least it looked like some good progress, right? Huh? Oh, I'm just going to realize how stupid this edit's going to look because now it's going to be dark and you're going to go, why the hell did he edit this? And I'm going to say, well, big reason I did was because I didn't want to say what I said before, which was I made it to Act 3 back-to-back times and it looked really stupid to start the video with that, so I wanted to change it. Anyways, let's go to the actual video now. Compared to Act 3, I went back to back times and made it to the final boss. Lost, but hey, there were still good runs, but it's so different compared to what Ascension level 3 did to Ascension level 4 did. And it's like I almost had to completely change my game in the way that I was playing things. I had bad run after bad run, almost 7 straight hours of just never seeing Act 3. Just reminded me of the days of when I was back to Act 4. I'm just happy that it's over. And in this run, Necronomicon sets that tone into making that happen, to making me believe that, hey, maybe there's a shot. Even if there isn't, it at least makes things feel a little better. Picking up things like Emulate and Hand of Greed and things synergizing with Mawbank, all that stuff really started to make me feel great until we had a scare in Act 2, and of course, even had a little more scare in the middle of Act 3. Ascension 4 is not easy, at least for me, it's not. And it does not mess around. Later on, I guarantee you, they're gonna punish you for things like that, and I've got to get better. But I'm still happy that it's done. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoy this one, and as always, be safe, be humble, and do your best. See you guys in the next one. Peace. All right. Again, I kind of want to focus on here. So this makes me a little more happier seeing this with that. I don't see any other resting points. I mean, the most, even in this area alone, you can only go to 2. So we'll take that one. Yeah, once I'm done with Ascension level 4, I'm going to move on to a new character. Ascension level 4 has been pretty brutal. And I've said that quite a bit in all my other runs. I don't know if they've all been, you know, put on YouTube or whatever, but I know, at least in my own sake of things, Ascension 4 has definitely been the rough one out of all of them. I'm going to avoid skills and just focus on power cards here. At least in the first act. And I am trying like a different approach on things as well. Generally do not try to be a broken record when it comes to not doing something correctly. Try to do different things. Try. Never going to be perfect though. Someone will always call you out on your mistakes or tell you what you do wrong. So still, same thing with skills here. I'm just going to avoid them. Take something that I know will be beneficial to the run that actually will help. I think it's not enough. And removing cards right now without even really having a build in it won't probably help us. And I don't want to pick this up. What does this do if you... Oh, 6? Let's pick it up. I understand it's a skill, but
I just won't draw it for a specific enemy. I guess I could have done it one more time, sorry. Okay, we'll pick this up. Probably one of my favorite cards with the Ironclad. Ooh, let's get another one. Well, is two of them a good idea or not? I can try it. And I'll probably upgrade one of them. Do this. Take the 10. Okay, we can take the next 10. Okay. Another thing too, I've been with these Ascension runs, especially in Ascension 4s, I feel like I've just been quieter. Probably just because I feel like I'm in this like concentration mode where I'm trying to understand what I'm doing and trying to make sure I'm doing everything right. And it's not failing me, essentially. So I do think that Combust helped. Well, that was good. And I'm going to avoid Perfected Strike and anything else right now because I don't really want it. Now, I am technically done with elites in this act, so I don't really even have to worry too much about Gremlin Knob, so to speak, either. So we can technically start building skill cards if we want, if we feel like we need it. I think that's kind of what I'm going to start doing. start building towards, okay, so I know I got Rampage. That's my one thing I'm going to consider like as a carry, something that I know will help me essentially get more damage. And so now we have to consider other things. And so here what I'm considering maybe doing is probably getting some extra energy here, but we just don't have any draw right now. I don't really want to get bludgeon. I feel like that's just kind of a one turn and it's done, and it's kind of like, all right, it's done, but it's like, you know, rather would wait to pick that up a little later in my deck. So I'm trying to think, we usually draw about 5 cards in a turn, so Bloodletting will kind of have its... I'm going to skip. Bloodletting won't really matter right now, and I don't want to then... I want to pick up a card before knowing something else beforehand. I don't want to be like, okay, that's the card, and then it's like, okay, well now I'm going to be using all this energy when I don't really need it, blah, blah, blah. So I just kind of want to play a little smart. In some sort of way. Whatever smart means. Because those Rampage cards do a lot of damage. They really do. Gain 12 block whenever you are attacked, deal it back. Probably should get something like that, yeah. At least I got use of my potion there. Yeah, see, Rampage isn't bad. It's an okay, like, attack card to have. I know it exhausts it, and I really don't want to use Corruption right now. Probably will get this here for the sake of just more damage in my deck. Having some high damage cards right now is a good idea. Thinking we go Flame Barrier and then Rampage. Use the 2 cards that I feel like will actually be the best in that scenario. Can't kill, so let's just block twice. Maybe the next turn we can. I think I'll go for this. So now Twin Strike is good, but it's not as good as these. So again, I'm gonna almost kind of like build around these cards and use these as my main form of damage. And I'm gonna go, you know what? I got better. I'm okay with what I have. Strength isn't bad. Getting the extra strength isn't horrible either. It can help when you don't have vulnerability, things like that. So let's just build off of that instead. And then what we'll do here is let's upgrade this. We'll do this and this. Because I feel like if I have like too many variation of attack cards, I think it kind of can hurt me in the end. So that blood for blood should cost 1 now. Yep. So here's where I'll do this with this, and then I'll just take the damage. So this will be a good chunk of damage taken away from him. Okay, that's good. I'll take that. And then I can always use, if I get a lot of burn in my deck and I know I'm going to be dead, I can use this. So. Okay, nice. So really your top cards came out at the end there. Pretty good deal. Pretty good deal. And I was actually thinking about Reaper here because I think Reaper will actually do a pretty good job against something that'll help with loss, with like losing HP, and same with this. I think Reaper is a good choice, in my opinion at least. Doesn't ever hurt to have some extra potions. Never hurts. I think it'll help. Okay, so now for Act 2, what we're going to do here is we're going to try and essentially look for events. Not that many, like where it's like boom, boom, there's a crap ton, but just enough to where it makes sense. We're going to kind of try to do this in a systematic way that works. I'm thinking what I want to do is like this. We get a shop. We get some resting here in between this, which isn't bad. Okay. And then we can go up here maybe. And then here and then here. Okay. And we'll see what that does. Get some enemies, get some question rooms, whatever it might be. So this will be interesting to see how this plays off. And I'm always going to feel like I'm going to force myself to play a rampage here as well. I think they're all going to die. Nice, they are. That was sweet. Dot was sweet. Now we got headbutt. Good. That'll help with rampage. And I'll probably want to pick up 2 of those since I have 2 rampages. So let's see if we have anything in this deck that'll help. We can get another one of these and get another rampage. I want 3 rampages. I kind of want to stick to what I have. Now, something I kind of want to focus on too in this act is some draw and some blocking probably as well. I don't really see anything when it comes to like draw. This is probably the best for you for draw. Because like I said, we haven't really, in this first act, we didn't pick up anything that was really blocking. Besides this, that was our big block. So maybe if we want, the issue is they're both 2, so it won't benefit. It won't benefit to combine those if they were both in the same thing in our hand. All right, we're gonna have to take this. Something for more energy, I think. I think now that's where I'm gonna take that. Yes! I haven't seen you in a bit. The first, so it says the first attack played each turn that costs 2 or more is played twice. So like something like this would be played twice. This could be played twice if I utilize it correctly. This could be played twice. So, pretty cool. We almost want to wait to use that. Sorry if you can hear a plane above my head currently. I'm streaming outside. No, recording outside, I should be saying, but... Let's do this with this, and then let's headbutt or rampage. Now we can't, well, we're gonna have to kill. Another headbutt. Okay, I'll take 2 of them. So the blocking isn't horrible. Isn't horrible. I think we do this, and then we play this twice. Then I'm gonna headbutt it to bring it back, because I'll take damage again at least once here, but I'll be allowed to play blood for blood again twice because of Necronomicon. Sorry, my screen went super weird there. I don't know if anybody else saw that, but my screen went black for a second. I was like, well, what just happened? So here's where I could probably play Reaper twice as well if I see it in my hand, which I will be doing here since they have no blocking abilities. And then I'll just do this for the sake of actually utilizing Reaper and not using Hemokinesis and then losing it back. Kind of want to try to utilize it the right way, if we can. So in that case, Headbutt came in twice, which wasn't great, but it worked in the end, I guess. I think I'm gonna hold on to those. I think here is always good to have something like an 8, draw this, get us some draw going. This isn't horrible. I think it's a good one to pick up. All right, Book of Stabbing. So essentially I'm probably going to be using a lot, and I mean a lot of my stuff here. Okay. So that bludgeon will come in twice on the next turn because it does work with Necronomicon. Now, I know I had bludgeon earlier and I never picked it up because I wasn't sure. But we will be doing this now for 64. Okay, and then I'm going to use Liquid Memory to just end the fight because of the scaling, because of the damage, because of all these things. Let's get it out of here. Let's get it done. Emulate's also very good for a card like Necronomicon. And I love this card, so it will be very beneficial in a lot of ways. So we can probably do some upgrading on the cards that cost 2. Now this is even more interesting, as well as we can add more 2 cards to our deck. Things like Hand of Greed. We can do 40 damage with a card like this. So I think it's a good idea to pick it up. Then, I'm not going to pick this up because it doesn't really benefit, but Blood Potion would be a good one next. And then I think we will remove a card from our deck as the next choice. And let's remove a Defend. So far, this is actually not looking too bad, but now we're going to just focus on the cards that, like I said, are the ones that cost 2 so that they get more utilized with Necronomicon better. This is pointless because it does more damage, but it costs less. So it can almost hurt you in some sort of way if you want to strategically use it a good way. This will allow you to do it, technically heal. Instead of 8 times, you would heal 8 HP. Well, it depends on how many AoEs are in the room, too. Still a good upgrade. I'd say the best 2 upgrade here is probably going to be... it's going to probably be Burn, Emulate. I think we take that. We also have one more area, too, where we can do this. And now that we have Maw Bank, we should probably do this one next. So it can kind of synergize with Maw Bank a bit and get a lot of gold going. So, get more gold. Remove another card from my deck? Sure. I think in this case what we'll do is we'll remove a strike now. Okay, now who do we got? Okay, nice. We'll do this with Headbutt. And then we will go like this. Then I'm actually going to draw this. Just to get them good damage going. And then I will, at the end of whatever I take attack here on, just heal for 40% of my HP. We'll see what we draw. We'll see what we draw first. I can't get ahead of myself here. So here we go. So we're fine. So nice. Courier next. Okay. Now we got 2 skills that are willing to be upgraded here, and I think out of this one or this one is what I'm looking at. We should probably get something that has some draw in our hand. At least 1 card. I know we have this, but this one's a little better because now that we have Emulate in our hand, which allows us to get Burn in our hand, which will now have 2, maybe Burning Pact will come into play for that situation because we're not really building cards that are negative statuses or whatever in our deck that's going to hurt us, and I think something like that's going to be okay. So here we're going to take some damage. Let's do... just trying to think here. Let's do this so that we can draw this twice. Then I can draw these to get them going. If I get Headbutt, might be okay. I'd say once I get kind of down to like... hang on. Emulate's probably going to be the call here. Let's do this for now, in case it isn't, and then we'll do this. Yeah. Emulate's definitely going to be the call for a lot of this. And then I think here I'm just going to skip. So now I'm going to use my blood potion as a form of like healing so that we can just smith. Okay. So the next 2 card that I'm going to upgrade is this. There'll be a very good fight as well in the sense of once we get them up there. So actually I'm going to draw it right now so we can get our HP up. Now we'll do this. Okay. And I think here too, I'll actually put this on as well. We'll do this. Good news is we can at least do this with that. Okay, it's a free turn technically, so I'll just do this with this. Okay. $27. So we can do this now for sure. Well, this is actually kind of crazy because he's at 215 out of 210. So the next turn, I can do something where I can actually get 2 free turns out of this. Okay, so now he's gonna go beefy on me here. Nice. $56. Boy, that's a lot of damage, man. You know what I should have done? Crap. Crap! I should have... I know exactly what I did wrong. Because if I would have done blood for blood right there, I would have killed him. I could have drew that. Wouldn't done this. Blood for blood would have came into play. Played it twice. Done. Okay. God, I'm lucky, man. I'm lucky. That's all I'm gonna say is I'm lucky. Because I was thinking so much about trying to get money at the end of that fight. I gotta stop doing that. Gotta stop. So Bludgeon's gonna be the next thing I pick up. Otherwise, I could do this. As this could kind of technically count. I think we have enough cards in our deck where I feel like the 2 is fine and I don't need to keep adding more. And I kind of want to get something that'll help with more draw. This will help with the exhaust card because we can technically then burn that out of our hand if we get it in our hands. So I'm gonna pick this up. Okay, nice thread and needle. Isn't bad. Potions will always appear and some more gold. And it's Donu and Deca. I mean, some of this is actually working kind of well because we have like this dex that's going with this. We have this plated armor that's going with this. So it's like there are some things that are pretty helpful in this. Even though it may not seem like it. Let's do this. So I can see what I can do here. Let's... Okay. I think in this case, Iron Wave is good now that we have like Thread and Needle. I think that's not bad. So we should definitely pick that up. The other thing we have to start considering too is that okay, so here's where I'm just gonna, I mean, here, do it. Nice. Okay. Yeah. I'd say we end it. That way we don't waste any HP, whatever it might be here. And I'm probably going to do this again just because of the sake of this said turn makes more sense. You know, actually I'm going to have to draw it now. Speaking of it. And I'm still learning stuff on like headbutt and everything too. I'm using my potions because I can. kind of ugly. And if anything told me in that one, we should probably get some little, just like one more block card, maybe one more. Free upgrade. I think for the safety sake of things, I'm just gonna do this. Okay. And I'm just gonna like allow him to do the damage back. I'm just gonna play some very interesting styles and ways here. That's dumb that he actually... Okay, end the turn. Really? Choose a card to exhaust. Probably this, I guess. Whatever. I really don't want to break the block here, so I'll probably just take the... I don't trust myself. I just don't. I feel like he's gonna somehow hit me for some dumb shit number and I'm gonna be mad, so... They seem to like to do that in this game to me, so... Just kind of have to play it a little safe. I mean, here we're getting plenty of draw. We are. We just now don't really have that much energy. So, I'm just gonna skip. Now, this ain't looking good. Say we just do this. Do this so that I can then do this. Okay. Okay. Okay, so here's where we're gonna go like this. And then do this. Yeah. Let's do this so that I can at least manipulate a card to come into my hand the next turn. And we can get some more gold, whatever it might be. Okay. Lizarddale. That came in at the right time. I mean, one's upgraded, one isn't. Doesn't hurt to take it. We'll take it. Nice. Then we'll just draw that. It's gonna be 35. I think that actually kills you. God, as much as I want to, I probably shouldn't. Yeah, wait. One HP. Can't use that, otherwise you're... I mean, you could, but... We're gonna do this, and then I'm gonna do this. Crappy thing is, though, is that we're going to be fighting another lead here very shortly with little to no health. So I think what I should actually do here is just kill him. Instead of trying to go for a Reaper, it's not going to help. Oh, wow. Oh, boy, that potion came in clutch, dude. I'd say we get this just for the sake of Exhaust Pact. Yep. And I am gonna rest here because I want some health. Okay. Okay. Fortunate. Fortunate. Things are starting to look very interesting in this run right now. Very, very, very interesting. How much HP does she have? Would knock off most of it, but I think what I'm gonna do instead is this. It's gonna be interesting. I don't know how it's gonna go. I do not know what the heck's gonna happen. Nothing. Do I want another one of those or not? You gotta think with the Donu and Deca, they scale quite heavily. And if you do see those in your hand, you're going to draw them. Adding 2 in your hand isn't going to be the end of the world. I think it will help. I think it'll help. Say we take it. So here I'm gonna bandage up. Then I'm going to do this. Play this twice. Do this. And then I think just draw this, I guess. Okay. I think we'll go... And then I will draw this. Ooh. It's lethal. Let's do this. Kind of weird, but I'll take it. 2 elixirs. I'd say you take Rupture here just because I know that there's not... I don't know. I'm not actually, I shouldn't. There's only 2 cards that do it, and I guess maybe the strength, it might come into play. You never know. It might. It might. You might as well. It might. Okay. 948 gold. Let's see what the shop has. On top of this, we have Courier. So we know what we're going to do. And that is remove this. Okay. Now I'm just going to start looking at relics here. Take this. Take this. Choose a skill to start with in your hand. Is there a skill you want to start with in your hand? You can start with this. Maybe even this. Say this is fine. That's not gonna matter. Say we take some potions. They're both the same price. What skill would you want to add into your hand? This, maybe? You can just look here quick. Let's do, let's do, this. I don't know. I think that's, I mean, I can just probably, I can keep trying to get more potions, but I really don't want to risk that. I think we just grab that next and then go. Okay. Because maybe if we do need to rest this next fight, who knows? I don't know. Here we go. That would have gave you 30 HP. Now I'm going to try to save these things for Donu and Deca. I'm going to try. Good blocking, though. Not bad. That's fine. I just don't want to take more damage than I have to. More energy. Yeah, I'll take energy. Sure. Alright, we're gonna smith here. Oh, man. Yeah. Alright. Let's see how it goes. Let's say we do this. With this. So that I can draw this. And then we will do... I think this is the next choice. And then we just end the turn. Okay, and we gotta make sure we're putting on plated as well. So neither of them are down on HP, but what I will do is do this. Okay. I'm not going to waste energy here. This could I could technically play that if I wanted. With True Grit on top of whatever. I think we're going to try it. I'm going to draw the True Grit, choose a card to exhaust, that's fine. And then just do this, and then end the turn. Okay. It's going to block. Okay, it just makes that card stronger, so it's all good. Okay. So we actually can play this twice, which is awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and play it twice now. Put a flame barrier. And then end the turn. Okay. So he's gonna have less block now, essentially, for the next turn. Stone Calendar comes into play here in 2 turns. Let's do some draw here, see what we get. This could be a big turn here. Okay, we'll do this for health. We can't really draw anything else. But what I was thinking about doing was somehow getting, okay, go get this down so I can play maybe... Kind of want to play emulate the next turn. But then what I want to do then also as well is I can manipulate this to go like this. So I can play one of the Rampage cards as well. Or even Flame Barrier, let's do Rampage. Then I can do this twice. So I get 22 health back. Okay. And then I can draw this for some block. And then I can end the turn. Because, well, here, we can kill him. There we go. So no more scaling. So here's where I'm going to play this twice. I still have draw 2 cards. What card do you want on the top of your draw pile? Anything? Let's take this and put it on the top of our draw pile. Let's draw that and the turn. It's looking promising. Now the next turn, after the end of this turn, he's going to take 52 damage, so we got to focus on that. So here we can do this. We can do this. Now depending on what I draw here, I'll add more energy or not. So let's manipulate our deck now to put this in our deck. I think we can kill him then. The next turn. Well, you know what's going to kill him? Is this going to kill him? Or did it already happen? It must have already happened and I wasn't paying attention. But here we go. Boom. Wow. All right, man. Good deal. I know my tone may not feel like it, but I think the only reason that I feel that way, the only reason I kind of feel like we did it was because, you know, as I've said before, I said it in the last video that I posted about the Perfected Strike. If you didn't see that one, it's right before this one. Otherwise, you know, just check it out on my YouTube. It's there. And I was like, just having fun in that run. And I was just enjoying myself. I was just having a good time. I could have cared less about what was happening. And then this following day I played, which is now, and we get there. And I think some things that I've been trying to do a little better with my build, especially if you guys kind of saw what I did in Act 1, is I was like not picking up any skills. Like, I think this is how it's picked up in order, right? So I think in Act 1, this is all I picked up was from here to here, okay? And so there wasn't a lot of, there was one skill card we picked up, but there wasn't a lot of other things that happened. I kind of built off of Rampage a little bit. Then in Act 2, we kind of built off of what we got from Act 1, which was like Headbutt. Reaper was nice because it synergized with the Bandage Up for the reason of picking that up. But really, honestly, then the game kind of changed, especially in Act 2 when we picked up. It was big reason was because of this, was Necronomicon. Because when we started to play things twice in small AoE rooms, like in Act 2 with like Burn, that was huge. Things like this. So I started to play to my relics a little bit more. Sometimes, I especially in these like later acts, I start really playing off my relics. I have to start doing that better. You know, because like this was good, beating this. You know, getting this to synergize. I should probably get out of the screen. This was good to synergize with the blocking. I utilized this very well. Once we got towards the end of Act 3, we had 900 something gold. We used a lot of that in the shop. We bought all of this and over in the shop. Bought some potions that I used. And the double effectiveness of potions also helped. Getting those thread needles, getting the plated armor. So it really played very well. We didn't need, I mean, Rupture did come into play, even though it was kind of a late pickup here. And I was kind of worried about that, but I was like, honestly, just pick it up because it could synergize. And that could have also been the, you know, make or break of this run. That could have definitely been the tone setter as well for Donu and Deca. Something to help with a little more scaling and strength, because Donu and Deca scale every other turn. So you just kind of have to consider that as a pickup as well. So I think it was a very simple deck, a very straightforward deck, and I really just kind of kept to my guns and just kind of kept to what I think would work and what wouldn't, and I wouldn't overstack myself to the point where I was like super greedy and trying to build like too many aggressive cards. But I'm very happy that Ascension 4 is done, man. This was a tough one, and I am getting burnt out of the Ironclad. So look forward to some silent runs, look forward to some defect runs and watcher runs in the future. We're going to both achieve up to Ascension 5 with all those characters. Take a break from Ironclad for a bit, and then jump back into Ironclad once we have played a bit of the other characters. Been playing this one a lot. I have. So, and it's probably been, I would say, if you guys are curious and like how long it took me to get to Ascension 5, maybe like 30 hours. I mean, this is still not as bad as my journey just trying to get to Act 4. That was much more brutal. That almost took like 2 months. This has probably maybe only took me like a month in total. But I'm just glad. And there hasn't been a lot of Ascension 4 runs that were good runs, even though we failed runs, because I generally like to share those with you guys. But this was one of those runs that was just like, I've been having so many where it was like we didn't even see Act 3 anymore. We didn't see like barely, like we would just die to a regular enemy in the midway through Act 2. It just was nothing worth sharing. It was utter sheer frustration of just trying to figure out what to do. So I think pathing is a big thing I'm learning as well going into Act 4, how to play it. Because in Act 4, just in this game, like in Act 1, I want to start trying to essentially go into a run where I face a lot of enemies in Act 1. There's not a lot of events. Then Act 2, do a mix of events and enemies and elites, and kind of try to play towards that. And then Act 3, it's kind of more or less just up to you at that point and where you're sitting. There's no like right ands or ifs or buts about it, you know, like there's some good events in Act 3 that I like the event Bloom, that's fun. There's a few others. I like the one where you can just get straight to the boss if that ever happens, but there isn't that many. I feel like I like my events in Act 2 and I want to keep, you know, bouncing off of that. So it was also huge. I should also emphasize as well, Courier was also a lot of fun when we had all that money at the end of this Act 3 run right here, so things would just keep refreshing. So that also helped. Just got to keep telling myself going forward, even with the new characters we're going to be playing with the Silent, Defect, and Watcher, when we do their Ascension runs with those, is to still proceed and push those events in those rooms. If anybody else has any other tips or any other things that I might be missing that I'm saying, you guys can always let me know too. But overall, I feel like I have the right idea going into it, and if it fails, I just try other things. But it's one thing is Ascension climbing has taught me as I'm doing it, and if you guys are new to Ascension climbing yourself, you know, my tip to you is that every Ascension is going to teach you a little differently of how you should play, and this Ascension was definitely tough. This Ascension definitely taught me a lot and how to play a little differently and to challenge myself a little more, but I'm glad we were able to do it. I'm glad we didn't need Lizard Tail essentially, but we had some good relics there at the end, and it was fun. So GG's. On to Ascension 2 now with either the Silent, Defect, or Watcher. You'll know when I post it the next week, which is usually at Tuesdays and Wednesdays is when I generally upload some Spire content. But with all that being said, GG's. We'll see you guys next time.